Hello and welcome to the edition of Dog Dad Outdoors, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 hacks you can use with chemical glow sticks, and if you stick around to the end I'll show you a bonus hack that may just change the way you think about chemical glow sticks forever. Now the typical way to use a glow stick is quite simply to unwrap, bend and snap to activate, and then just use it as is. And if you just want to mark something and have 360 degrees light, then that is fine, you can use them that way perfectly. But if you want something that's a little bit more directional and you want to use the light for finding things, there are definite things you can do to make that experience better. So the first method is to use the glow stick like a torch. And the way you do that is you take the end and you very carefully cut it open. Obviously it's easier with scissors, but I'm going to do a knife because I'm going to simulate sort of field conditions. So just cut that off. So I've got a nice sort of sharp opening now. I've got that nice clean cut. And what I'll do now is I'll activate this and I'll show you what it looks like. You just take the glow stick out of the wrapper, you bend to activate, give it a bit of a shake, if you can see that's now activated, and then you put it back into the wrapper, then you just use the exposed end like a flashlight. I'll turn the lights off and I'll show you what that looks like. This is now the end of the glow stick exposed. You can see it a little bit through the wrapper end, but it's not too bad. But if I turn this back on myself now and turn it on my face, you should see that I can just about read with this now. It's probably a little bit brighter, I think, in real life than it shows on the camera, because the camera isn't that sensitive. But as you can see, it's quite nice and directional now, and that is enough just to read by. So it's pretty useful. And when I want to make this go away, I need to hide the light in a hurry, I just put it straight in my pocket and it's gone. Now while the torch hack can be useful, sometimes you just need a little bit more light in order to see properly. And one thing I found with the glow stick is it's quite hard to read by, because when you've got this between you and what you're trying to read, the glow from the other side actually makes it hard to read, because the glare from this side gets in the way and it makes it a bit of an eye strain and a bit harder to use. So there is a really handy trick you can do using masking tape or duct tape, and I'll show you that now. And before I do that, I always recommend you carry a small amount of duct tape with you. And you don't need to carry a whole roll. What I do is I have a prepaid debit card and I just wrap a small length around it, and as you can see that takes up no space at all in the pack, and it's handy for so many repairs, so always worth having in your pack anyway. Okay, so what I've done is I've just torn a small strip off by hand, because obviously you won't have scissors in the field. You just apply that to the tape, wrap it around, okay, and then what that does then is it blocks the light from the tape side and leaves it on the other side. I'll turn the lights off and I'll show you what that looks like. So this is the side of the glow stick which is untaped, and as you can see it's quite bright. Now if I just rotate it around, you can see while the light is still visible, it's a lot less so, and it cuts out a lot of the glare. And again, I can move this over my face. You hopefully can see more of my face now. You can actually, read by that really well. It gives you quite a bit more light. Obviously it does show a little bit more. If you do need to hide this more because you've been stealthy, you can use your hand a bit more like this, and try and use your hand to cover yourself, and you can actually still read really well with that. Now you can actually get a dedicated holder that does the same job as this tape, and it actually does a better job, to be fair, because it blocks the light completely and it gives you really fine control. But that's just another item to carry. Well, I've always got a small length of duct tape with me anyway, so I can just use that, and it's just a bit more versatile. And the third hack is to use the appropriate colour glow stick for the appropriate situation. Now you're probably already aware that glow sticks come in many different colours, but you might not be aware that it isn't just for colour preference because people like a certain colour or not. Different colours actually suit different situations more than others do. To avoid going into a load of scientific background, I'm just going to give you the following rules of thumb in choosing which colours to use. So if you want the brightest glow sticks, always choose a yellow or a green. And the reason for that is that's the natural colour of the chemicals inside, and they have less dye. And the dye itself, as they add dye to give the different colours, that can affect the light output and make it dimmer. So yellow and green are always going to be the brightest ones. They're great to pack in the car. The best colour for a glow stick for walk along at night, or perhaps inside a tent at night, is going to be red. And the reason for that is the red colour actually preserves your night vision better than other colours do. Although green is also very good at preserving your night vision, and there is some argument that green actually allows you to see finer detail than red does, but it's generally accepted in scientific circles that red preserves your night vision a little bit better than green does. Now if you're doing any task where colour differentiation is important, for example if you're doing map reading, or for example first aid, where the colour of what's happening with somebody gives you a big indication of what's going on, then it's really important you have a white glow stick, because a red or a green glow stick will hide a lot of the detail. So if you've ever tried reading a map with a red or a green glow stick, you'll see that certain details just disappear off the map and you can't see them at all. And I know when I was teaching cadets, we always had to have a white source of light for safety reasons, because we needed to kind of check weapons and things at night as well. And it just wasn't possible to do safely with a red or a green glow stick. So when it comes to colour differentiation, always use a white glow stick. And well done for getting this far. So I did promise you a bonus hack that would change the way you think about chemical glow sticks forever. And that is, don't use them. Okay, so hold on, don't switch off yet. There is a reason for this. And that is Niteize have come out with this. And this is the Niteize glow stick. It does everything that a chemical glow stick can do. It floats, it's 100% waterproof, but it's so much more versatile. Now all you do to activate this is you just give it a quick twist. Twist that on and it's activated, and that'll actually stay lit for 60 hours. So that's the equivalent of about 5 12-hour glow sticks, which is really quite impressive. So it not only saves weight and space in your bag, it actually saves a fair bit of cost too, because these are about £3.99 each. And obviously when they run out, rather than have to replace the whole thing, you can just buy yourself a set of batteries, because the batteries are replaceable. They take an AG3 battery, and a set of 3 will cost you about 75p. So 75p for the equivalent of 5 glow sticks is really, really good. But of course, because these can be switched off again, you don't need to leave them running all night. So one of these would last you many, many, many nights. This is a really good, versatile tool. It's good for the environment. It's a fair bit brighter than a regular glow stick too. And it's just so much more versatile. Comes with a nice clip at the end. So you've got like a little S-clip carabiner. You can clip that to your webbing or to whatever you want to clip it onto. And it just works. It's a really good tool. I've got a couple of these now. I've got a white one in my first aid kit. The white one is quite a bit brighter than the other colours, but I've got a couple of red ones around as well. Really good bit of kit. I'll turn the lights off and I'll show you what this looks like. Okay, so for comparison, first up, I'll just put up the chemical glow stick. So I'll just move this across my face. That's how bright that is. Okay, and now for comparison, I'll now bring up the Niteize electric glow stick. And again, I'll just pass that over my face, and you can see it's quite a lot brighter. So if I bring them up side by side for comparison, you can see the difference. And the red sort of electric Niteize glow stick is so much brighter than the blue one. So I definitely recommend this. I think it's such a good product. I'll show you the white one for comparison as well. Okay, so this is the white Niteize glow stick. And as you can see, it's pretty bright actually. I'll just pass that over my face. Now that is easily enough. If you had a small tent, you could put that in and just hang that from the top of the tent. There'd be enough to find things at night if you wanted to. I'll just show you the red one by comparison. And one thing I nearly forgot about the Niteize LED glow stick is, as soon as you turn this thing on, you're transported back towards being a 5-year-old kid watching Star Wars again, and you can't help but make lightsaber noises when you switch them on. And that's exactly what I was doing in the kitchen the other day when my wife came in and she said, "Were you making lightsaber noises?" Yes, yes I was. Vroom, 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 vroom. So I hope you found that useful, and if it was, please think about subscribing and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos.